Live.
We did it.
Yay.
Hey.
Yo.
Hello.
Hi.
Claire, welcome
Hi.
back.
I did it. I came back.
Yay.
Yeah, where were
They
you
let me
last
back
week?
in the province. I was in Halifax, Nova Scotia. I was a little out of the way.
Pretty far out east.
Yeah, no, it was nice being back out east, at least for a little bit. I was guessing at Hal-Con, the Halifax convention, I guess. I don't know what else. It's like a multimedia convention. So
Have you been there before?
I've been to Halifax before, but not that con,
Yeah.
no.
I meant the con, yeah.
Yeah. So first time they asked me to be a guest this year. I honestly hope they ask me back next year because I had a good time.
Nice.
And it's not just games, you were saying it's multimedia?
So it's more like it's more movies, shows, and anime than it is games. The gaming area was kind of small by comparison, and I was the only
okay.
gaming guest. But
Wow.
they had a couple gaming panels, and I ran a couple of them. But like they had like a bunch of big name actors. They had like Wallace Shawn. They had Sean Astin.
I got all the Seans.
Yeah,
All
there you
of
go.
them.
Every single one, all two. I'm trying to remember who else they had, like Alan Tudyk or something like that. I'm trying to remember who all off the top of my head, and those will just people come to mind. Just like it was a surprisingly good group. I got to meet Wallace Shawn for a little bit. That was very nice.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking up. I'm trying to see a list of like the guests.
Yeah. I was genuinely surprised. I had a good time. They were super chill. Like everyone was nice. The only thing that sucked was the weather because Halifax was rainy the entire weekend and windy the entire weekend. So, which people are telling me that's just the Halifax experience. So, I had it.
Fair.
I will say on the guest lists, under the autograph and photo pricing, you're not on here. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't charge for autographs or photos.
These prices are wild.
Yeah, no, dude, it's crazy.
If you want a photo with, I'm assuming the top person is like the big name, so Sean Astin. If you want a photo with Sean Astin, $130.
Wow. All right.
I mean, when you're in Lord of the Rings, you kind of earn some money.
110.
Gotta pay those tariffs off somehow.
I know some cons don't pay appearance fees, but instead will like have you can sell whatever you want at your booth. So that might be that. I don't know.
Gotcha.
So I didn't ask for an appearance fee, but they covered my hotel and my flight. So
yeah, that's good.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
And they gave me a table, which I didn't realize I had. So they told me I might have one, and then they never told me where it was or anything. So I'm like, okay, I guess I don't have one. That's fine. And then partways through the day, I go up to the streaming area for Extra Life, and I see my face staring back at me in a doorway. So I go in, and there's my booth. I have my own table and everything, and I never even used it the entire weekend. I did take the sign, though.
Yeah.
That's a good move.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That's genuinely, out of all the cons I've done for like 14 years now, that's the first time they ever gave me a sign.
Wow. Okay.
It's crazy.
And it'll also be the last time because now they know that you're just going to steal it.
Yeah, really.
They were throwing it out. I was just like, come on, man. I'll give that guy a good home.
Exactly, yeah. Put that up on your front door.
No, hell no. Hell no.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've been to Halifax, so.
Yeah, that was my second time ever, so.
What about you, Paul? You ever made it out there?
Nope.
Well, now you got to go. You'll get to see the Proton John in person.
True. Yeah.
$30 for a photo.
Honestly, the way traffic is, like, it might actually be easier to visit.
Oh my God. That's messed up. That's messed up.
Oh, I hate the city's traffic. It's awful.
What have you been up to for the last week?
Been chilling, you know. I've been playing a game we'll talk about in a little bit and trying to get back in the swing of things of watching TV shows and stuff, but I don't know. I've been just sleepy, so it's hard.
Are you watching Plurbius?
Not yet. No. I've heard good things.
Oh, holy smokes. This is the new show from
Vince Gilligan,
the Breaking Bad creator.
Yeah,
Vince. And it's awesome. That pilot is going to go down as like one of the greats.
Awesome.
That's strong praise. Wow.
Yeah, it's a really cool pilot. It's both like creepy and kind of scary, and then also just funny and unsettling. Like Pluribus is really good. I think it's a bad name for a show.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Pluribus. Yeah.
Has Vince Gilligan had
is-
a like bad show? Because all of the ones I can think of that he's done are like
No.
very strong.
And like he started as like a writer on X-Files.
X-Files, yeah, and his episodes
Yeah.
are very good.
Yeah, and I feel like the shows just get better. Like he just like comes into his own more and more. So
Sure.
I'm very excited for this one. I don't want to give like anything away what it is about, because Apple specifically, this is on Apple TV, by the way. Apple specifically, the marketing was like very cagey about what exactly the show's premise is. So I'm going to kind of like follow along with that, because I think as you watch the pilot, just not knowing what's happening is kind of part of it, because it just kind of changes. It just kind of keeps changing. Where you start to where you end is like two different shows, kind of. And there's only 2 episodes out. 3 comes out on Friday.
Mhm.
I have no idea where this show's going to go. Like, there's so many directions it could go, and I'm just so curious. And it's fun, much like Severance. It's fun kind of being in, okay, they've established a world with all these rules, but I want to know what all the rules are. Like, how does this affect these things? And there's mysteries going on. So it's another fun mystery box show. So I'm quite enjoying it, and I can't recommend it enough right now.
Yeah. As a director, the answer is no. He hasn't had a miss yet, because he's directed X-Files episodes, Breaking Bad, El Camino, Better Call Saul, and now Pluribus. So no, He hasn't yet.
Very
I feel like
nice.
3 of those are all in the same like series though, so that's a little biased, because like if he's done one, he can probably
True.
do the rest. But
True.
There is an argument though, as shows go on longer and longer, it's harder to like maintain the quality. So being able to do kind of 3 properties in there, I feel like is worth praise too.
that's fair, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I also wanted to give a quick shout out to the new Predator movie, Badlands, which is so fucking fun.
Oh, okay, good.
I've heard really good things about that.
I thought you were gonna say it was bad, so
No,
I was waiting.
It is such a fun time. It's goofy. Like there's goofy moments to this Predator, which is bizarre, but it's like, it's Dan Stackenberg. Something, I can't remember the last name. He did the last 2 Predator movies, Prey and Killer of Killers, the animated one. Which are
both
also.
alright.
I love Prey. I think Prey's great. I also like Killer of Killers, and then now he's done this. Trachtenberg, that's his last name, Dan Trachtenberg. He's just like hitting it out of the park with Predator movies, and this one, it stars a Predator, which is kind of a new twist on it, and it's cool. The fight scenes are awesome. The jokes are like weirdly like fun and funny in this universe. It's like a really fun, different take on Predator. And I can't recommend that movie enough as well. See it in a theater, because like the sound is just like loud and booming with this soundtrack. It's a good time. So there's another recommendation for people.
Nice.
All right. Well, with that, let's talk about some video games. This is the Top Down Perspective, November 13th. I'm Sean Booker.
I'm Paul Fleck.
I'm Claire Wheeler.
There's a bit of housekeeping to go off the top. First off, Game of the Year's coming up. Everyone get excited. So I've opened up the Game of the Year channel on our Discord. If people want to talk Game of the Year related topics, you can do it in there. Good catch-all place for that.
Nice.
As such, the Game of the Year survey, our community survey we do every year, will be going up. As usual, we're aiming for it to run through all of December, so look for it December 1st. One thing new this year, we'd like to mix up a couple of the categories. We would like the listeners, that's right, you who's listening to this right now, should submit category ideas for us, and maybe it'll end up on the survey. Maybe the 3 of us will be putting a top 3 for your category. I will say though, just pause. I know there's someone already halfway sending in their email. Whatever you're about to submit, it's a bad idea. Give it another 10 more minutes of thinking. I promise you that one that you just came off the top of your head is not a good idea. So think about it a little bit. I ask you, think about these submissions just a little bit before making us have to read them. So saying that, again, not a guarantee, of course. We only have a couple slots for new categories, but we do want to hear some suggestions, and then maybe we'll pick them. And Last bit, once again, game of the year. Our game of the year show will be January 1st. So you can look forward to watching that when we do it on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Okay, but now the actual stuff people are here for, what we have been playing. And Claire, you've been gone for the longest, and you have the biggest list.
Somehow, it's
and
so
size
rare when
matters
that's
on
the
this
case.
show.
Well, thank
so
you.
Claire, go first.
All right. Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. That was my game clearing game for November.
Yeah.
So you finished it?
Yes.
Nice.
I finished the main game. I have not done the DLC. The DLC is like 5 hours ish.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not too long. I don't know if I did a full 5 hours, but yeah.
That game is long.
Did you like it?
I liked it a lot, but man,
Yeah.
it is long in the tooth.
Okay. So too long then.
I mean, like my file has had like 32 hours on it by the end, and there's still stuff I can do in the game. That's not the DLC. So
Okay. I don't know if I spent that long, but I didn't 100% it.
Yeah, so I 100% it, and apparently when the game post the game release, they added a bunch of content, including some like brutal challenge stages, and some of those like got me hung up for like an hour plus. So
Yeah,
because there's
I know
like
one
there's
of
a
the
platforming set, and then there's a combat set. And the combat sets are dog shit.
I know they also did some quality of life updates after it came out, like being able to fast travel to any of the trees.
Yeah,
When it
there's
first launched,
a
you could
normal
only-
There's
you
a
could
normal
only
fast travel
faster-
system, then there's the faster travel system, which is the trees, and that
Yeah.
made cleanup so much faster.
Yeah.
No, that was a good change.
What did you think? And I talked about this last time we brought it up, of the shipwreck area.
That was really cool.
Isn't that such a cool setting?
I almost wish we never like fixed the area and made it like move again, because I actually dug when it was just frozen in time. That was just such a nice touch.
Yeah, it's a cool environment. It was pretty unique. I hadn't seen that before in a game.
Yeah. Also, that map is freaking huge.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
And you'll never get another one because they disbanded that team.
Ubisoft, which has a big
Yay.
announcement coming
video
soon,
game
apparently,
industry.
maybe.
Yeah.
Love it. So I finished that last night. Spare time, I'm playing a bunch of different games. Pokemon Legends ZA.
Okay. Are
Yeah,
you
I've been
feeling
playing
it more than
this.
Sean?
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a
find it
lot of rough moments. There's a lot of rough moments. But I like the idea of the actual active time battle like fighting.
My issue with that, and I guess you're not feeling this, I'm just kind of mashing the button, like I'm barely like paying attention to anything besides.
Oh yeah,
is the cooldown done? Go. Like
yeah,
it's
but
mindless.
Like, I watched my buddy play some of the higher end stuff, and like later on in the game, you do actually have to worry about positioning and stuff like that. So
okay, all right.
So that seemed more important. The tracking and pathing for Pokemon is frustrating though, because I've definitely had a bunch of points where I tried to sneak up on someone and then like my Pokemon got caught on like a bench and couldn't actually get to the Pokemon, and then I got spotted. So like there's like weird little things I'm not a big fan of. But yeah, no, actually I kind of dig it. I only got up to letter V, so I got quite a ways to go. But what I did play, I enjoyed.
This is hardly a spoiler. After W, they fast forward you to F.
Yeah, no, I know that. Like the game tells me they're about to do this, but I wasn't sure if there's gonna be a catch or something. But yeah,
no, they're just like, you seem really good. We're just gonna make you F right now, and it's like, okay, so I'm not the only one that could tell this was boring. You also could tell this was boring. I just find it very slow. I think the side quests are awful.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with that. Yeah, there's not been really much to those. I like the platforming ones; those have been kind of neat, the parkour ones. But yeah, then, I've just been enjoying. Like, it's funny. Usually, I don't enjoy. Like, I'll piece of candy too hard, and I won't be able to enjoy like a full open world. But for some reason, this one's just hitting just right. So, like,
well, that was another thing. Is it's hardly an open world, and I complained about this last week. Is I think the setting's also boring because it's just city. But it seems like maybe that's doing good for you.
It's not as big as like a Grand Theft Auto, and my brain's like, okay, I can handle this. I can piece of candy this size, no problem. So I think it's just like it's within my threshold of like I can handle this for an open world game.
All right, nice.
Pac-Man World 2 Re-Pac. This is how I know it's been a while. I played through the entire game 100%.
Okay.
It must be good.
I liked it until I beat the game, and then I hated it. because so the game is a remake of the GameCube PS2 era Pac-Man World 2.
Yep.
And they redo all the stages. They add some different changes and stuff like that. It's fun and enjoyable. The final boss was a little rough around the edges, but I was like, it was all right. And then when you beat the game, there's post-game content that was not in the original. And they crank up the difficulty on everything, and they make every fight way more tedious. So you refight every boss, but they are harder, and some of them just take longer to kill, and it's just the worst. Specifically, anytime I think the major difference between at least 2 or 3 of the fights is that there's now a pit you can fall in, and pits are insta-death, and there are no checkpoints in fights, so if you get to the last hit on a boss and fall in the pit, you are back to the start of the fight again, and most boss fights are 8 hits. Unless it's the final boss, in which he gets 3 health bars, which are again no checkpoints, 2 of them being 8 hits.
Jesus.
Yeah, the refight of the final boss and the super secret final boss just both blew chunks because they were 3 phases. At least the secret fight you got heals, but you didn't in the main fight. The main final boss refight, they took a giant circular area, which is what you were in the original, or in the first fight, and then they emptied it out. The middle is where the boss stands now, and there's 8 platforms floating around, 8 small platforms, which are pits everywhere. And then they gave the boss a move that covers the entire section of platforms with lasers, and if you're not timing things right, you will just get stun locked by them. So,
Sweet.
yeah, I think I spent like an hour and a half on both the secret fight and the super final boss, which I hated them both. The boss fights just stopped being fun after a certain point, and then it's one of those games that's like, oh, do a time trial on your run. Like, you beat the stage, now see how fast you can do it. And some of it's cool because there's like, oh, that's a cool shortcut I would never thought to do and stuff like that. Like, they really test you on getting through the stage.
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, here's a boss fight. Figure out how to do these phases faster. Or like, here's a boss fight. There's no way to do these phases faster. Just be good.
So it sounds like the recommendation is just play the main game, stop once you hit credits. Okay.
Yes. If you want to try the post-game stuff, some of the stages are okay, but like the first post-game stage is, hey, here's like the first few stages you did combined into one, also full of poison pits. So it's just like,
cool.
If you like challenge, sure, go for it. But like, man, my opinion of that game tanked as I did the post-game content. So
you guys know that like originally they were going to call him Puck-Man.
Oh my god! Thank you, Scott.
Adjusted that, but people were vandalized. Yeah, you heard that one? Okay.
Ball Pit. I've been playing
Ball Pit rules.
Ball Pit's pretty fucking good.
It's so fucking good.
I may have broken the town building part pretty fast when I got the money building part.
Yeah.
When you get
the money building part?
So you get like a mine where you just put someone in there, and then if you hit it, you get 1 through 3 coins.
Yeah.
There's one character you get which increases the count by 1, and you can literally just build a tunnel that they go up and then come back down. So I was making 2,000 gold per run.
Oh wow. Okay.
And you could redo a run for like $100 out of the gate, and then it just kept going up from there. So like I was just making I don't even remember how far. I think I'm halfway through the game, and I just have I don't have to worry about any of my resources or money anymore.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I've been prioritizing the ball part, so I'm not very far in the. I think I'm decently far in the
town building stuff unlocks a lot of buffs. It's actually kind of crazy how much it unlocks.
It does.
Yeah, and I do think you need some of them because some of these stages I'll just like start them and I'll last.
Some of the stages are insane, and some of the speed modes you can do are also insane too. Like, was it fast plus 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 or something like that? Plus times 5 or plus 5. So every time you beat a stage, you unlock fast mode for that stage.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you beat fast mode of that stage, you unlock fast plus.
Oh.
If you unlock beat fast plus, you get fast plus plus, fast plus plus plus, and so on and so on.
Got it.
Until you get to a point where you just can't beat it. Like, I think it takes normally 15 minutes to do a stage. I think I got walled around the mode that takes 7 minutes. Because everyone was just too fast to kill.
Interesting. Yeah, so, I've been primarily doing normal, but the first stage I went through fast, and then I guess I didn't like pay enough attention after I finished it. Yeah. I'm trying to think. No, I think I only have 2 stages left to unlock.
I'm trying to remember where I stopped, because I was doing it until I ended up actually going to to Halifax. I did the poison area.
The next one I
What
need
was
to
that?
unlock, it requires 4 gears. So I think that's the
Okay,
second last one.
one of mine has 3 that I have to do. Because what was it? It's the poison area, then it's the ice area, or is the ice area before poison?
Ice is like the
before.
second area.
Oh, never mind. Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like, there's like a desert, there's poison, there's something else. I don't know. I'm either at poison or the one after that. So, but I've been really enjoying it. It's really good.
Yeah, it's fun for sure. I hope they keep
Uh,
adding a ton of DLC like Vampire Survivors got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Once Upon a Katamari, the latest Katamari game.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
It's Katamari. I
Yep.
don't know what else to tell you.
Yep.
New songs. It's got the same feel to it, same vibe. You can hit a button to dash now instead of having to mash the sticks, which is a godsend.
Okay,
And
yeah.
there's an easier control scheme if you want to use it, where it just uses one stick and moves it around properly. So it's
Ooh,
very
interesting.
approachable for new players.
That's great.
I have one major gripe with it though, and it pisses me the hell off.
Okay.
Eventually when you get far enough through the game, they unlock challenge modes for stages where they'll be
Okay.
like, okay, roll up 450 items in a stage. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll do that. So I'll roll up, let's say 600 pieces. I'm like, okay, cool, I beat the mission. Okay, cool, challenge 2 unlocks. Now roll up 500 items.
Oh, and you can't just do them all at once?
You can't do them all at once, and there's 3 for every stage. And
Okay.
they're all always just roll up X amount. They're never different, or at least they haven't been as I've been playing it. So it's just frustrating that I now have to play through a stage 3 more times if I want to do everything complete.
Just tedious, yeah.
Yeah, it's just tedious. You don't
you
have
liking-
to, thank God, because like they're just for tokens for like create a character. But I don't know, it's just one of those frustrating. I hate when games do that, and I was really bummed out that Katamari of all things did that.
Kind of padding it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
The gimmick on this one is like there's like time mechanic, right? With the
Yeah, so
worlds.
you go through different eras of time.
How are you liking that?
Not bad, but you can definitely tell they preferred one era over the others, because the starting area, which is like the Edo area, Japanese area, has like 20 stages, and then like everything else has like 5.
Okay.
So like it goes like the American West, 4 stages, ancient Greece, 5 stages, pirate era, 4 stages. Like it's like weird that they just were like, these are kind of afterthoughts, but we really want you to stay in Japan. So
Is Japan at least good? Is it a good one that they focused on?
I mean it's Katamari. Like it looks like what you'd expect.
Okay.
Like I've been rolling up samurai and like stuff like that.
Sumo wrestlers.
There's one thing that does disappoint me though. On top of that, is that the King of all Cosmos is only dressed for the Edo period. He does not change his costume based on what area you're in, which is a big missed opportunity.
Lame.
You wanted like a pirate costume or something?
I wanted to see Cowboy King of all Cosmos. I was real pumped for it. There's like a little. There's an animated vignette every time you get to a new world and clear a stage, but like only the Japanese ones have the king, all the other ones have the queen. So it's just like they really feel like a weird afterthought. So I don't know. There's some weird quirkiness about it, but like it's a Katamari game. If you want a new Katamari game, it's there and it's pretty substantial in length. So.
And it was a budget title, right? It's not full priced.
I think so.
Yeah,
I'll
look
it up.
I think it's cheaper, so that's at least kind of like a positive.
I mean,
too.
most Katamari games aren't full price, so Katamari, $53.49 Canadian on Steam. So yeah, that's definitely discounted.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right on. Cool. All right, Paul, what have you been playing?
That's it.
I mean, the big thing is Dispatch, right? That game is done.
Oh yeah, did you get a good recommendation from a friend?
Nope.
Nope. You just sight unseen. You're just like, I'm going to get this game. I've never heard about this before. This looks fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
I played the demo. I like the demo of Dispatch. It seemed good. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of people have heard my thoughts. Paul, what are your thoughts on Dispatch?
It's good. I mean, I want to talk very specific about it. So like people should play that thing. And then, yeah, it's the things I like about, like, it's all of the stuff that we said before, right? Like it has a great voice acting cast. It looks beautiful. The writing is hilarious. I guess like my only gripe, and it's a me issue, is that some of these people, like the YouTubers and stuff that they got, it's hard to separate them from their voice, especially Moist Critical. Like every time he talked, it's like, oh, that's just him. That's not that character. That's just him. And it's like,
interesting, because I have no idea who any of these people are, so none of this rings true to me.
Right.
Dak's one of the voices, right?
I'm sorry? Jacksepticeye, yeah.
Jacksepticeye, he's one of the
yeah.
voices. Yeah.
And again, when you hear him talk, it's like, oh, that's him. All right. And
maybe there's like I wonder if there's any like other languages you could just like play it in French or something with subtitles.
Oh yeah, that'd be kind of interesting actually. Yeah.
But then you'd probably miss out on Aaron Paul, and I think he does a really good performance. Same with Jeffrey Wright, also does a very good performance.
Aaron Paul's great. As soon as I heard Matt Mercer, it's like, oh, it's this dude. Like that ruins like a quote unquote surprise. Like I don't know. There's like it's just one of those things that like you have the best of the best in voice acting to the point where I know them by like the other stuff they've done. So it's hard to separate them in a lot of ways, unless they were like Laura Bailey can change her voice enough. Travis does good as I was gonna say Omni-Man. What the fuck is his name in this? Phenomena-Man. Like, yeah, they all do.
Man or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So all of them do good because they're professional voice actors, but the people that are just like people that have like distinct voices, like Alana, every time Malevola talks, is like, oh yeah, that's Alana Pierce. Yep. Sure. Makes sense.
Have you ever thought maybe you're on the internet too much?
I mean, I say that about myself every day, but
yeah.
No, not really.
Well, I'm sorry that this was detracting for you. Like I said, this had nothing. I didn't feel this at all, but I'm not familiar with a lot of these voices as thoroughly as you are. My point earlier, Claire, is I think this game is fantastic. I really think you should play through it. It's awesome, and it's pretty short compared to a lot of these kind of episodic games. Each episode is less than an hour long.
Yeah, but
whereas typically a Telltale game, it would have been like 2 to 3 hours per episode. So it's pretty bite-sized to the point. I'm playing through it a second time. I beat it and I'm playing through it again, doing the complete opposite choices just to see what happens. Did you finish it, Paul?
Yeah, I finished it last night.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Like you said, it sounds like we want to do a spoiler cast. So we're probably going to do that this weekend.
I want to talk in depth about it because there's so many little things that are just fun and funny and just well done, but people should experience that.
Again, you said the writing's funny. Aaron Paul has just such a like sarcastic but like really dry sense of humor to everything, that it just kind of really sells a lot of the jokes pretty well. The writing is really good.
Yep. That's great.
But that's it on your end?
Yep.
All right, and then for me, like I said, I finished Dispatch as well. And then I wanted to play, there was a couple games that came out this year that I hadn't got to, and before I got to them, and a lot of people were talking really good about them, that's Ooh, and what's this other one? Goodnight Universe. Okay, and I was like, well, before I play these, I should play the games that the developers did before, because those were also really well regarded, so I kind of did a bit of homework this week. I played through ElecHead. Which the developer of that went on and made Ooh. ElecHead is awesome. It's a little puzzle platformer. It takes maybe 2 hours. So creative and inventive.
I played this one. This one's great. Yeah,
it's really great, and it's a couple years old, so you can get it for like easily under $10. ElecHead's awesome. So I'm very excited to play the developer's new game Ooh, which is also a puzzle platformer, and I've heard equally really great things about the design there. So I'll probably be doing. I'll probably be doing that. Probably. I'm waiting. Like, is there a? At this point, I'm just like Black Friday discount. Otherwise, I'm just going to pick it up regardless. And then the other game, Goodnight Universe, which I want to play, and I've started that, but I haven't played it finished yet. So I'll talk about that later. But I wanted to play their first game, Before Your Eyes, and you guys will probably know this as the blinking game.
Yep. This is a game that would utilize your webcam, and then every time you blink in real life, it would progress a story or do something in the game.
That game. Okay.
Yeah. Right. So they came out with a new game called Goodnight Universe, which also has eye tracking involved.
Okay.
But I wanted to play Before Your Eyes. I've been wanting to play Before Your Eyes for years, just to kind of see this very unique concept. And that's another game you can do in like 2 to 3 hours, pretty short. It's also on Netflix. So I just had access to the iOS version of it for free, basically.
Sure.
I was actually surprised I didn't have a copy of it, and I was about to buy it for like $4. And then I realized, oh, wait a sec. I know I've seen this somewhere. Where have I? And then I noticed it was on Netflix. So I played through that. And then obviously you can use the webcam, or not the webcam, the front facing camera on your phone. For Your Eyes is fantastic. that is such a like well told story, and you're kind of experiencing somebody's life, and then kind of the metaphor is like, and if you blink, you'll just like time passes quickly.
Blink and you'll miss it. Yeah.
Exactly. And they kind of they play with that concept. They do some really interesting stuff when they start asking you to just close your eyes, and then you have to like listen to the dialogue and stuff and what's going on. And
Interesting.
it is a really interesting game. If you like kind of like, it's something that could only happen in a game, right? Like nothing else could do this. So if you're interested in kind of like video games kind of pushing the limits of what they can do, I would recommend both these games from the developer, Before Your Eyes, which is, again, it's a few years old. You could probably pick it up for very cheap. And then their new game, Goodnight Universe, which I've also heard really good things about. And the pedigree is just kind of there to get me extremely interested. So I'll probably talk more about that one on a future episode. All right. That's going to do it for what we played. Let's talk about some news. With the big thing being that Valve announced 3 pieces of hardware.
Yeah.
Which just felt like they came out of nowhere. Was it like an event coming up that I just missed, or did they just literally drop it out of nowhere?
They had a like press event where they invited a bunch of press to come up and go hands-on with it, and then they kind of just dropped it. Yeah, so there wasn't like a month's lead up or anything, and this wasn't like announced at a stream, and then they just kind of like did it. I feel like Valve just kind of does that. They just like announce something that's major, and they got the money to do whatever they want. They barely need marketing help, right? Let's go through these products, starting with the Steam Frame. So this is a new VR headset, unlike their last one, which was the Index from 2019. This is a standalone. It doesn't need to be tethered to a computer.
Yeah.
It also has like a little dongle. So not only can it play games directly on it, but it has a dongle for your PC if you want to stream games. If you wanted to offload some of the computing, or maybe for storage reasons or whatnot. So there's that. There you go. Kind of more interestingly is the Steam Machine is back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a PC, and it looks like a cube. The joke everyone's been saying is the Gabe Cube.
Yep.
And this is supposed to be like a console PC hybrid. Plug it into a computer or like a monitor or a TV, and then you basically just run Steam Big Picture and you play your games like that. So it's kind of going off of the learnings from the Steam Deck, obviously, which kind of really fine-tuned Big Picture, kind of brought a real like console-like experience, controller first, but to a more powerful device. Supposed to be 6 times more powerful than the Steam Deck. And I think this comes at a really interesting time, because all the rumors about Xbox's next hardware is supposed to be this console PC hybrid. And if this can just do that, then why would anyone get an Xbox?
I think we're already at a point where people are asking, why would you get an Xbox, considering how much it seems like they're just burning
in
bridges
general.
everywhere.
Yeah, true. True. I did watch a little bit of Digital Foundry's coverage of this thing, because apparently they had like hands-on on this, and they released a video. Well, I watched it today, but yesterday as well. I'm less impressed with this thing from like their deep dive on it. It seems like the 4K 60 is going to be very rare in a lot of cases, probably with newer games.
Yeah.
It's going to be, they estimated somewhere between an Xbox Series S and maybe a baseline PS5 Pro, or baseline PS5, not the Pro. And it's like, it's
Which
a little
is
weak.
Still good, but no, that's still really good if you think about it. It's just the price. I need to know the price.
That's what it all comes down to. And like I was saying, that I think my limit would be like 500 ish, and sure enough,
no
they're
way.
Canadian or American.
And sure enough, they're just like, I don't know why you would pay any more than like 300, maybe 400 for this thing based on their specs. And I definitely agree now, seeing those, because I didn't know that they actually listed the specs on the page. I couldn't find them when I was looking the first time, but
they're straight up there.
Yeah.
There's going to be 2 models, the only difference is the storage, 512 gigabytes versus 2 terabytes.
Yeah.
If we were just going to try and guess, I bet the 2 terabyte one is $1,000.
I think you're a fool if you buy this for that price.
I think it's $1,000. It's DOA.
Yeah. I think you're dumb if you buy that at that price. That's awful. But you might be right is the problem. You might be right.
I think it has to be around like the PlayStation 5 price or the Pro price, somewhere in that range.
Well, do you mean the launch price? Because those prices are long gone.
Because they went up because of
they went way up.
There's no way it's going to come in cheaper. We're not going to get 2020 prices here.
Yeah. No, it's going to be rough.
Getting 4K 60 as kind of like a sparing thing, even the Pro isn't always doing that, right? Like you're kind of still getting a bit of a trade-off a lot of the times.
It's going to be based on the game too, in a lot of ways as well.
Of course,
so,
yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I mean, that's like the Pro as well. Some games can max out things more than the others. So it's going to definitely come down to it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure exactly who this would be for, because when you're starting to want, like, I think it's for someone who has a Steam Deck and doesn't have like a gaming PC.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good edge case, or someone who just wants a dedicated spot in like their living room to play their Steam games. Like I would
willing to put their like tower in there.
Yeah, well, they're like the little mini thing, yeah. Because like I'd be cool with having a.
Go ahead.
I would be cool with having a setup upstairs in the living room, which is just a little cube, and I could just play my PC games there. So I don't have to worry about like either running a giant ass cord or hoping that the Steam Link cooperates.
Right.
But at the same time, I have a Steam Deck, so I can just put that in the dock for that and do it. So it's like a weird kind of eats its own lunch situation where it's like the Steam Deck's probably the better deal, even if it's going to be the weaker of the two, because you get portability, and if you get a dock, you can hook it up anywhere you want.
Yeah, I mean, the downside there is when you dock the Steam Deck, you're not going to get like the best visuals. You know, it's not going to pump out like 4K or whatever.
But I think if you're a person who's buying a portable console, you kind of don't care about that.
Yeah, I think so too. And that was a lot of my argument with like the Xbox Ally is anyone who's this excites probably has some kind of high-end console or PC. That's why I'm thinking like this is for someone with a Steam Deck, but maybe they're ready to take a next step into like more power, but they for some reason they still don't want like a gaming PC, and this kind of fits the bill. Maybe they're not savvy enough, because I know small desktop computers are now becoming a bit of a trend. But I feel like you need a bit of know-how to like put those together. Usually the pre-builts, like I'm speaking from experience, pre-builts are like are rarely the small form factor.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I could see a couple small use cases, but they're all pretty edge. Like someone mentioned, Aegis mentioned this would be a good setup for a PC cafe. Yeah, no, that would be like nice. They would take up so little space. You could cram more in there. It could be good for me who wants to travel around with like stuff for throwing controllers, because then it's a much smaller form factor for the computer and stuff like that. But again, I'm listing edge cases, not like this is going to blow the market wide open kind of deals.
This is definitely I have a Steam Deck and nothing else, and I want a console now. Like, for sure.
You're wanting to take like a bigger step.
If this is like a super low price or low enough that they can make it like an entry level PC kind of deal, I think they have a fair shot.
Yep, I agree for sure.
I think it's not going to be.
No, I don't think it's going to be either.
That's the problem.
I do think it, again, when you compare it to the competition, it does make some more sense. Comparing this to like your typical kind of gaming PC options, obviously it's going to come up short.
Yeah, of course.
But when you're looking at like an Xbox or a PlayStation, like if you're like, hey, I'm a console gamer, I don't have a great way to play PC games on the TV. This gets you that, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of like Steam Big Pictures is a very friendly experience at this point, and they've done a lot of great work with the Steam Deck to make it very console like.
Yep.
But and if you're someone looking at the next set of consoles, and if you're kind of putting this in the run, obviously it's not going to be as powerful as whatever the next Xbox and the next PS5 like PlayStation 6 is, because that's going to be an extra year. These are the Valve products, they're all coming out early 2026.
Yeah.
And then rumors for Microsoft and Sony are like 2027, and that would probably be holiday, so they're going to get an extra year and a half and stuff.
Yep.
So like if you're in the marketplace right now, I could see this being compelling, just from like you're going to get more games than if you were getting a PlayStation, just because it's the PC storefront. and all of Xbox's games are going to be coming to it as well. And then yeah, the question about like, I think it was enticing when the rumors for the next Xbox were, hey, it's going to be a console PC hybrid. You're going to be able to put Steam on this. And
Yeah.
if you were looking at that, like, cool, I'll get like a console that can play Steam in the living room, and it's going to have all the power of Xbox. It almost makes it. It's like, well, then why wouldn't you just get the one designed specifically for Steam if that was going to be your end goal anyway?
Hmm.
Like, I just got the Ally, and I would say at least half the time I'm playing Steam games on it. I'm not playing primarily Xbox PC storefront games. I like that it has that feature, and I do play some Game Pass games on there, but I don't really play my Steam Deck anymore because this is a more powerful Steam Deck basically for me. It can play all my Steam Deck games, but smoother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but how much was that system though by comparison? Like, trying to remember.
Oh no, like it's expensive. I'm playing on an X. That was $1,000. The Steam Deck is a much better deal. So
yeah,
absolutely. I'm just saying, like, options wise, this thing is going to be totally open. Nothing Xbox is going to be on there. It just seems like if your main thing was, hey, I'm finally going to get Steam really easily in my living room, wouldn't you just get this one and not deal with Xbox's stuff? We'll have to see. Let's make a guess on the two price points.
Oh God. I need to check what the Steam Deck itself is going for right now.
Yeah, that's
because that's going to hinge on that.
I have the Steam Deck prices right here. So the lowest LCDs, 256 gig LCD is $400, and the high end, the 1 terabyte OLED is $650.
And for Canadian prices, that is $500 and $819.
So guessing in US, low end 500, top end 750.
I think it has to be comparable to the low end Steam Deck, if not cheaper. Otherwise, you should just get the Steam Deck.
I don't think
even knowing this is more powerful than the Steam Deck, you think it's going to be a similar price?
I think it has to be. No, I'm not saying that it should based on like what it is. I'm just saying like if it wants to compete with itself, it kind of has to.
Sure.
There is that. Because like you don't have to worry about battery life suddenly. You don't have to worry about screen or anything like that. You don't have to worry about dropping the damn thing. So those are some things that would soften the price a little bit. And I think they're going to take a little bit of a hit on this at first to kind of get their foot in. So I am going to kind of agree with Paul and say like it has to be 400 US for the base model, or maybe even like a little under like 375. But
this is such wishful thinking.
I know it is. I know it is.
No way.
There's no way in hell, but I'm saying it because it kind of needs to if it wants to be widely accepted. If they're just going to admit their niche and not worry about it, then they're probably going to go for like 550 and 750, somewhere like that. And even then, I feel like that's still a low ball.
I don't think they would be worried about competing with the Steam Deck. I think they would market it more like, hey, these are expensive. If they're too expensive, maybe consider a Steam Deck. It's a little less powerful. It's also cheaper. I'm going to guess $600 and $800.
Okay. That is more than I would like, but I could see it as well. I don't think that's unreasonable of a guess.
And that even seems like a bit cheap for me, but we'll see. Putting it at the 512 at 600 at least kind of puts it kind of in line with current console prices, even though it has like half as much storage as those ones.
But it has an SD card slot, and they've already said that.
Yeah. My whole thing is 8 gigs of VRAM is awful. That is the very bare minimum for most games that are like PC games. I wish that instead of getting
why I think it has to be entry level. They have the aiming for some level of entry level, right?
Like rather than being able to upgrade to 2 terabytes, I kind of wish there was a higher end model that maybe was 1,000 that was like 16 gigs or something. It's like, oh, now we can actually like go to medium instead of low for 4K 60, which would be sick. because that's going to make a huge difference in quality.
I mean, it's customizable. It is a PC. You can open it up and do stuff. So maybe that's an easy swap for yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Sure.
All right. The last piece of hardware is the Steam controller. There's been rumors about this for years.
Yeah.
Even mock-ups of this thing. I remember making a gaming in 2025 video at CNET, and there was a mock-up of this thing. So it's been a while. We've seen this, we've talked about it. It basically looks like if you took a Steam Deck, removed the display, and then squished it together, this is the new Steam controller. It is a beefy boy. It's square-like, it's tall, Dreamcast controller-esque.
It's funny.
I saw people comparing it to the Jaguar controller. I'm like, yep, that's it. That's the Jaguar controller again.
Okay.
This made me get out the old Steam controller and play with. I was playing Ball Pit with this today. This is a real cool product that is kind of awful.
Yeah. Did you notice, and maybe they changed it since, not a single one of the GIFs and videos they show on the controller page shows them using the touchpads?
Really? I did not see that.
Is that okay? I hadn't looked closely enough. I guess I'm looking
because I want to know how it feels to do that, because it looks awkward.
Oh, like you're saying it's too low for a hand grip?
I'm curious about how the actual form factor is to hold, because
well, have you used the trackpads on the Steam Deck?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm assuming it's gonna those feel fine, and they
they feel fine. I mean the positioning of them.
Oh yeah, so you're saying like ergonomically, it's like
ergonomically, I'm wondering how the hell that thing feels.
Maybe you're just supposed to hold it with one hand and then use your pointer.
That's. I hate this.
I wonder how that's going to work, because one thing I found playing with this thing again is that this trackpad on that side is really close to that B. So anytime I was hitting the B, it was close enough that it would also register as me pointing like down or whatever. So I had to like very specifically hit at the very corner here so that it wouldn't register any movement there. Like, so looking at this controller here, the new one, like, it seems like it would be really easy to graze that trackpad a lot as you're playing, so who knows?
To be fair, I don't think anyone is basing anything off of that old controller. Like, they moved away from that for a reason.
Maybe, yeah. Is this not a problem on the Steam Deck?
No, never had that problem. I don't have mine available to like grab at the moment, but
depending on the game, I would bump it sometimes and it would mess with the game I was playing, but it's very rare.
This one looks closer though, to me.
I feel like it more comes down to the game, like kind of disabling it or not. Like if you're playing a pretty, it knows, we don't need mouse controls on this one, so it doesn't even matter. But I don't play a ton of kind of mouse forward games on my Steam Deck where I barely
played a couple and they take a bit to get used to.
Okay. Couple things to point about this controller. It has capacitive areas along the side of it to tell how much you're gripping the controller.
Interesting.
Which I don't know what they'll use that for. I mean, the Steam Deck
there was a gyro control too you could activate.
It does have gyro controls. To finish the last thought, the Steam Deck does have sensors in the analog sticks, so it knows when your thumb is resting on them or not. I've never seen any game or anything actually use these, but I guess that's now an option that developers could develop for. And then the last thing I was pointing out is it comes with this like wired puck that can be used as, if you don't want to use Bluetooth or USB, it'll wirelessly connect to it, or you can use it also as like a magnetic charging attachment.
I like it. That's I thought it was cool.
I'll probably end up with one of these just because I want to know.
Sure.
And I do own that other one, which honestly the most use I've had about that one is the case for carrying an Xbox controller around.
Yeah, fair. Yep.
All right, moving over to Sony. They had a PlayStation State of Play for games from Japan. Did either of you watch this?
I did.
Nope.
Okay. I actually thought it was not that interesting, but I do have the list of things announced if we want to call out some things that jumped out to us. Paul, you watched it.
I did.
What jumped out at you?
I mean, there's only one here that I was super excited for. Damon and Baby. Let's go. Game looks fucking awesome.
I don't even know what this is. I think I missed this one.
It looks like a twin stick shooter like type game.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Looks awesome. Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
all right, sure. I'm gonna call out Coffee Talk Tokyo because I like coffee talk, and I'll do more of that for sure.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Like,
is there anything from you tickle your fancy?
Fatal Frame 2's remake was shown. Dragon Quest 7 reimagined.
That looked cool.
The original
actually.
stuff didn't catch my eye as much. So.
Yep.
Night Rain DLC, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Play some more Elden Ring Night Rain.
Inconbini, one store, many stories. That was actually kind of cute looking. That's something I would check out if I got it in a bundle or something. I don't think I would get it directly, but if I had it, I would
like the art style.
Yeah.
Showed more Token Fighting Souls, which still just looks awesome.
Yeah, it does.
The Marvel fighting game from it's Arcs, right?
Arc Systems.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nevergrave looks kind of neat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call out this gaming monitor they announced because it has a charging stand for the controller built into it.
Yeah, that thing was pretty ridiculous.
Which is wild.
Yeah. It's kind of cool, honestly, but yeah, I don't know. Probably like $2,000.
I feel like that's gonna be used at demos for like PAXs and stuff. I feel like that's gonna be the most use that setup's gonna get.
I mean, I'll like see that at the Sony headquarters, and that's it. Yeah, that's. It has a little. It swings down, and then you put your controller there. It's just waiting for you.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, we can move on to the next story here. We got a date for when the Game Awards nominations are going to happen. It is November 17th. So that's this Monday.
Yeah.
So next week, we'll do some predictions.
Okay.
Always a fun time to go through those. Couple points. We talked about this last week about Rockstar. They obviously delayed Grand Theft Auto 6. They laid off over 30 staff as possible union busting. I wanted to give a quick PSA that a YouTube channel I love called People Make Games. I've shouted them out before, doing a lot of really good reporting around the Disco Elysium studio and what happened there and whatnot. They flew to Edinburgh and talked to the people on the ground protesting. So there's a short video out there if you're interested in that. And then the new news bit is that the British union IWGB, who are also in that video I just talked about, has filed for legal claims against Rockstar for firing. So we will see what happens going forward.
Yeah. Yeah. Should be interesting.
All right, we were talking about Pokemon Legends ZA earlier. Circana came out and said that it is the best-selling game of the year so far for physical games.
Interesting.
That tracks.
I could see that.
That is interesting. I wonder if it's. I mean, I know Pokemon is very popular, but I wonder if it's just like a lot of people are just buying digital on the other platforms now, and Switch is like a lot of people still focus on physical for that console over the other ones.
Yeah, could be. I don't know. I feel like some people have also seen like Pokemon games kind of tend to skyrocket in value at some point. So maybe they're just like, I'm just going to get ahead of the curve on this.
True. That's another good point. Yep. All right, here was kind of an odd one from Netflix. They're getting further into the games business. Up until this point, you could just kind of download mobile games through their app. They're now bringing games to just the normal service that you play with a phone, including things like Lego Party and then a bunch of other Tetris Time Warp. That new Tetris that was in the Digital Eclipse Tetris documentary when they made their own. That's coming to this as well. So they're kind of expanding a little outside of mobile games. And then the second thing I wanted to bring up from here is, as part of the mobile games that they're still doing, they announced Red Dead Redemption is now coming.
Yeah, they got an announcement for like every platform out of nowhere,
Yeah.
like a Switch 2 version, PS5, etc.
Yeah, and I guess there's going to be a phone version of that game as well that you'll just get through Netflix, which is just kind of wild.
Sure.
Why not?
Why not? Yep.
Yeah, sure. Yep. All right. All right, and last story here is that they announced a Horizon MMO RPG.
Yeah,
oh,
this
I
thing
missed
looked
that
cool.
one because I heard about the Ratchet and Clank mobile game, and I think that's the one I heard, and not about this one.
I did see that as well. Yeah, but this is an MMO set in the Horizon Zero Dawn universe. There's a 10-minute video out there that has kind of some like pre-alpha gameplay and cinematics. It looks pretty cool.
It does.
A lot of people like ziplining around onto the different kinds of creatures, riding the different monsters and whatnot. It seems this is a free-to-play game being developed for mobile first, but it's also coming to PC. So think kind of a lot of like Genshin style. That's kind of the template. It's being developed by NCSoft alongside Guerrilla.
A studio that's well known for doing MMOs. All right.
Yeah.
And then just a quick additional point that I saw Jason Schreier call out is, I'll just read the tweet here, just to clear up some confusion I've seen. The newly announced NCSoft Horizon MMO is different from the multiplayer Horizon game that's in development at Guerrilla Games. That one is Guerrilla's next big project. I guess we have 2 Horizon multiplayer games on the horizon.
Interesting. Okay.
Nice.
So Paul, you said this sounded interesting and it looked good. I'm curious your thoughts on it.
I just like the videos I saw of like 2 or 3 people taking down a big mech monster thing. It's like, oh yeah, I love Monster Hunter. I'm in. Sick.
Robots.
Yeah. Monster MMO, baby.
Yeah.
Is there a Monster Hunter MMO? I guess they are multiplayer already.
They're multiplayer already, so that's what they've done.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we didn't mention the fact that Hideo Kojima is making an anime.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Death Stranding got confirmed to get an anime series, and Kojima's the director on it.
I think that was announced before, but I did see some news happened this week. I can't remember.
Oh, I thought the official announcement was this week. My bad.
I think a date might have been announced, or at least something like that. Hold on. I did see something.
So, but I think that was something like next year.
Death Stranding Isolation's announced for Disney Plus in 2027.
Oh, 2 years from now. Okay.
Disney Plus. Huh?
It's not the Sam's story, I think, was part of it. It's a new story in the universe.
Yeah, yes. The splash shot, the poster art I saw was 2 women.
Yes, that's right.
All right. Here's your news. Let's do some questions. topdownperspective@gmail.com is the email address. At TDP Podcast on Blue Sky, the Discord channel, or Claire's P.O. Box are great ways to send questions in. You can sound like Phantom Aegis, who writes, this question is for Sean. It's been 1 year since you've gotten your PS5 Pro. How do you feel about your experience as of the 8th of November, 2025? For all the other members listening, or members and listeners of the podcast, what is your go-to games to test PC specs?
PC specs?
Yeah, so you get like a new PC or whatever. What are you running first to test it out? I guess is your
problem.
Question.
Is I'm gonna freaking play something like Super Meat Boy. I'm just gonna play something that's like super low power.
I'm just gonna play something I want to play.
Emulator. let me play some like Night Trap. Let me play some Super Shark.
Just really tax that system.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nice.
Paul, do you have a game you like to try out?
Yeah, it's Cyberpunk with everything turned on, because that game is ridiculous. There's so much crap in that game.
Yeah, I think I'm usually just like whatever I'm currently playing, and I'll just turn the settings up further than what I was probably playing it at.
Sure. Yeah.
But nothing specific. I like my PS5 Pro. The games look really nice on that, especially because I usually only play like a lot of the Sony first party stuff. So they're already going to look really good. You know, your Spider-Mans, your Death Strandings, your Last of Us. And it is nice just being able to like have like all the frame rate, all the resolution up there as compared to when I'm playing on my Xbox. I have to make the choice. Do I want 60? Do I want 30? So yeah, I like it. I don't know if you need it. Now's not a great time to buy it. That thing's like $850 if you're just buying it. But it is a very nice, powerful console. And Ghost of Yotei looked gorgeous on it.
Sure, yeah. All right, Suku writes, bad news. Due to budget cuts, not everyone will be here in the next Smash Bros. Game. It's up to TDP to decide who gets to stay. You have to cut the roster down to 8 characters and 4 clone characters. Who do you pick?
Mario's got to get in due to the fact that he's like the most neutral character. So, and he's Mario.
Okay. So would a clone character be like to Mario?
Dr. Mario is like a clone character.
That would be a clone character, yeah.
Yeah. There's probably better clone characters we could do.
Yeah. Honestly, I think you just put in like the original ones.
Yeah. That's probably
I know
what
I
I
would
would do.
Relate.
I would miss out on some characters because, like, you know, I played Roy and Martha a lot. I really Wii Trainer or Wii Fit Trainer's fun.
Yeah.
But I think the original ones, you get a good spread there. Like, who would you really miss, Claire?
I feel like Captain Falcon has to be in there. So I'd say him. I'm just trying to think who would I miss. Like, I don't think Ike makes the cut, and Ike's my main, so I would be sad to see Ike go away, but I don't think he makes the cut. I don't think any of the swords make the cut, if I'm being honest. Maybe Marth.
I mean, you have Link there.
Yeah, I was gonna say
True.
Link obviously doesn't count in this.
But he's not usually considered a sword character, I guess, because
Yeah.
he has all the projectiles and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, Link stays, right? Like, come on.
I think you're right. I think the original roster is basically what makes it through.
Yeah.
But even then, the problem is the roster for Smash 1 was like 14, I think. Or 12, rather.
Was it? Okay.
I think. Yeah, because we had...
Is Luigi in the first one?
Yes.
I could get rid of Luigi.
I agree.
Okay.
Fuck him. He had a whole year. He's fine.
Yeah, I'll swap Luigi for Captain Falcon. I played a lot of Captain Falcon on the GameCube version for sure.
All right. So we have Mario, Captain Falcon.
The original roster.
Here's the original roster.
Okay.
Mario, Yoshi, DK, Link, Samus, Kirby, Fox, and Pikachu. Anyone unlocked Luigi, Jigglypuff, Captain Falcon, and Ness. I feel like I'm cool with losing Luigi and Jigglypuff. I don't.
Yeah, I'm totally. Yeah, that's a good one. I don't think we need Jigglypuff.
Yeah, I can't part with Falcon though. I have
That's
to
fine.
want him in.
Oh no,
there.
so yeah, Falcon was there. Yeah, no, I think Falcon was my guy in the first one. So yeah, Falcon, I don't have to swap him in. You can keep Falcon.
But he was unlockable. You had to like earn him. But yeah,
I think Pikachu has to stay.
Pikachu. There has to be Pokemon Red, but it has to be Pikachu. Yeah,
Pikachu's fun. Yeah.
Link has to stay. How do we feel about Donkey Kong? I like
could
Donkey
do
Kong
without him,
but yeah,
I never played Donkey Kong, but he's like the only like big lumbering character now.
Yeah, because like they added more big lumbering characters, and if we're sticking with the original roster, they're gone.
How do you feel about losing Yoshi?
I'm okay with it personally, but
I'm okay with that.
Okay, cool.
I feel like you got to keep Kirby.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel they got to keep Samus. It's like the only gun one. I guess Fox has some gun.
If we do that, we're already at 7.
I would keep Samus over Fox if we had to choose, but that's because I like Samus more. No other
I
reason.
think we should keep them both.
Okay.
Is that 8? What do we do? So we're keeping Ness,
We're at 7
Mario.
right now. Mario, Link, Samus, Kirby, Fox, Pikachu, Falcon, unless I missed one. So we got one last slot.
One more back in there? Then I think we should put DK back in there.
Yeah, with DK it's 8. Who would we
DK would
switch
put
it
at
out?
8. I'm trying to think of who would be a better fit in there though out of the
Is there someone from the later rosters that is like iconic? Like I couldn't imagine a Smash game without this guy anymore.
You could say that with Marth. You could say that with Wario. You could say that with maybe Rob. I don't know. That's a stretch.
I mean, for me, it would be
Pokemon
Snake,
Trainer, which could
but
be
that's
technically a couple in one.
yeah. Pokemon
I enjoy
Trainer.
playing Pikachu more than Pokemon Trainer myself.
Well, Pokemon Trainer is at least 3 characters in one, so you technically get around a limitation with that. Zelda would be weird to not see there.
Yeah,
I think Marth is the one I've heard most. Is like it would be nice to have there, but I still think like in terms of like who the archetypes, DK makes more sense than Marth.
I'd almost rather Bowser over DK. The problem is then like that's already a 2 reps for Mario versus 1 for DK. So maybe keeping DK in is the better idea.
Yeah, they just like nailed it on that first one. Maybe they should have just stopped after that.
agreed.
All right, we still have to do 4 clone characters as well. And
okay.
out of the
And it's
characters
clone-
we picked, there's like 2 other Links. There's Luigi and Dr. Mario. There's Dark Samus. There's
Is Wolf,
If we put Fox in, there's Falco and Wolf.
Wolf is a clone, right? Of Fox, like directly.
Technically, most of their movesets the same, but there's enough differences that they stand separately. But they would probably consider it a clone.
Mm,
Would you rather Wolf over Falco?
I'd rather
No.
Falco.
yeah, Falco.
I would rather Falco too. I think Falco fucks.
Okay, so
He's a good character. All right,
Okay.
so that means we've got.
And then obviously we're bringing in
Falco.
Pichu, right? We're gonna give one of these very
God,
useful
no, we're not
slots.
putting in Pichu. Fuck that.
Pichu.
All I'm saying is Pichu is so beloved, they removed it and then brought it back later.
Yeah,
They
Because
brought
they
everyone
realized
back,
they
so it
screwed
doesn't
up.
work.
I mean, so we have so we could do Ganondorf, right? Because that's Falcon.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We can do
Cool.
clone. We can do Luigi and Dr. Mario. We can do Dark Samus. We can do Falco and Wolf. We can do Ganondorf.
Do
can
we
do
agree
Young
on
Link and Toon
Ganondorf?
Link.
I'll just write them down. I'm just keeping
I mean, I'm
track
cool
because
with
it's easier
Ganondorf.
this way.
I think we should bring
Yeah.
Luigi back. Let's throw him a bone.
Luigi?
All right,
Okay.
so yeah, Luigi's a
Sacrifice so much
clone.
for us.
Yeah, Luigi's a clone. Ganondorf, I would say I would like in there too if we have to do clones.
Sure.
Do
Yeah.
we have one clone position left.
Did we? Oh, because we put Falco in, right? That
I
leaves
like,
Dark Samus or one of the
who's-
Links.
Is what's the other Earthbound kid? What's his name again?
Lucas.
Is he a clone or is he his own?
He has a similar moveset. He would technically be a clone. But we
I
don't
like
have Ness in
Lucas
there.
myself.
We don't have Ness.
We don't have Ness?
No, this is the problem.
Yo, DK needs to fuck the right like all the way off. Let's get Ness in there. What are we doing?
No heavy characters, only light ones.
Ness is so fun.
All right, so Ness and
People with
Lucas
baseball
then?
bats.
I guess swap out DK for Ness and Lucas, yeah, and then that hits our limit.
All
you
right,
go.
so our lineup is Mario, Captain Falcon, Pikachu, Link, Ness, Kirby, Samus, Fox, with Falco, Ganondorf, Luigi, and Lucas.
Can we do, not that we need to keep talking about this, but can we do clones of characters we don't have? Because maybe that's a way of getting different stuff in there.
I guess we technically could, but I feel like
that
that's
just seems like it makes more
cheating.
sense. Because I'm fine getting rid of Ness, but then bringing Lucas in. And then we get DK back.
I feel like that's cheating.
Maybe it's cheating, but it would actually be better for the roster as opposed to us like doubling up on all these characters.
It would be better for the roster, I
Yeah.
agree, but I feel like the idea was to have 4 clones of who we put in. But
Okay. Well,
yeah,
then we
if
got
we're
our
doing
list.
that. Like if we're doing that, then the roster options we have at that point change a fair amount.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it. I think it was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
All right. Claire, you want to read this next question?
VGC Kenny writes in and says, if the stories of Grand Theft Auto were to be made into a series of live-action anthology stories, which would you rather they be? Each game a movie or each game as a season of a TV show? Why? Also, who would you cast? I don't need a full cast list. Just some choices you think would be good.
Those games are based on movies, so...
Yeah, like The Sopranos is basically what that was, so...
I think a TV show, because they're pretty
Yeah.
long stories, and you have some
Yeah.
fun arcs with like sets of missions. I think
I agree.
TV
And you
makes
can
more sense.
technically cheat with flashbacks to other games because like Vice City ties into a couple. You could do like a bunch of time jump around like that and get all 3 worked in at once.
And then you have like a whole like hot coffee thing, and it's just porn. That's its own
Yeah,
series.
then it's an HBO series at that point.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right.
Characters you would want to play them.
I don't know.
Who's the crazy dude in 5?
Oh,
Oh,
Mike. No, Michael's the main guy.
oh my god!
Trevor.
What the hell? Yeah, Trevor. Yep.
I think that's John C. Reilly.
Oh yeah, I'll agree with that.
Sure. Okay.
Or is Zach Galifianakis?
Yeah, bring him back into something. It's been gone too long.
I don't know who I want this as. But let me get the name correct. Rami Malek I want in there. I think he'd be good.
Yeah.
He just seems like he'd fit in the cast well.
Yeah. I agree. That's a good one.
Because before 4, like I don't remember a lot of the characters, because 4 is when I started like really playing like the stories.
3 would be like Michael Vercetti, or sorry, Tommy Vercetti.
Mm-hmm.
Does the guy in 3 even have a name?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember.
Vice City and
I think
San
it's
Andreas.
CJ for San Andreas, I think.
Yeah,
CJ
San
Andreas.
Andreas. That's his name.
4 is Nico, 5 is Trevor, Michael, and whoever the third guy was. I remember playing as him because he plays him first, but I don't remember his name.
My god, I can't remember it either now.
I'm just looking at actors who appeared in the Tim and Eric Awesome Show, and I think Bob Odenkirk should probably be somewhere in this TV show as well.
Put Paul Rudd in there somewhere. Why not?
Sure.
Yeah.
Michael Cera as himself.
Awesome.
You know who would be another good Trevor is Rainn Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet David Cross would be great in a Grand Theft Auto show.
Yeah, probably.
And the Tim and Eric Awesome Show was fantastic. This cast is great. All right, Rasterman7 writes, with the release of the GameCube, do you think that if the Ouya 2 ever releases, it should be a sphere?
That's just the bit from South Park, the game sphere.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely agree.
There better not ever be a Ouya 2. I don't think there's any point in it.
Yeah, there's no way.
Okay, final questions from Valcour. Is there a game that you really enjoyed but just didn't keep playing or finish for one reason or another? As an example, I've enjoyed what I've played of Deadly Premonition, but it crashing 5 times in 1 hour is making it difficult to want to keep playing.
Hi, I have ADHD. As a result, I do not finish games that often. See the trail of games I have played this year where I got partways through and left. And freaking Mario and Luigi Brothership, I got to the final dungeon, I think, and stopped playing. So
be like that sometimes.
Yeah, that just happens sometimes.
Yeah. I think, and maybe Sean can agree with this as well, is that if you're playing games as they're coming out, you are inevitably going to probably shelf a game that you really like to see like what another thing is, and then maybe get more wrapped up in that. And then
this year was kind of crazy for releases. Like,
this year,
there's a lot of good shit came out this year.
This year is insane. Like, there are games that would
we say that every year, though.
There are games that came out this year that would easily be like a top 5 game of the year contender for me that I don't know will even be on my list at this point because there's so many good things I've played.
It's so strict.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard.
I also have like a kind of right place, right time where it's just like, yes, I'm sure I would really like this, but like the one I'm thinking of right now is like Outer Worlds 2. I put about 10 hours into it. I like just finished the first like planet. And then I kind of paused there and just started playing a bunch of like smaller games because I'm just like, do I really want to play like a big long RPG right now? And it's just like I'm just like not in like kind of the RPG big chunk game mood. It's also like I just did Ghost of Yotei, which was like 40 hours long and stuff. So that's definitely a reason that sometimes dictates what I'm playing when I'm playing it.
Totally, yeah.
All right, that's questions. That's the show. If you want to send in questions for next week, topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Blue Sky, the Discord channel, or Claire's P.O. Box. What are your guys' game of the week?
Dispatch.
Ball pit.
I'm also going to give it to Dispatch, yes. Thanks everyone for listening. Once again, send in Game of the Year categories. Just do it the usual way. You send in questions and we'll read them and collect them that way. Otherwise, we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.